Hey everyone, welcome to Tuck Your Shirt In, the podcast where we uncover stories that would make the Board of Governors go pale.
We'll hear from both sides of the classroom, the pupils, the teachers, and even the class pet.
You're listening to Tuck Your Shirt In with me, John Hassan, my brother, Luke Hassan, and our producer, and a man I once hit in the face with a hockey stick, Scott Burrows.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
That is true. I've still got the scar to prove it somewhere up on the, I think there it is. It's where John hit me in the head with a hockey stick.
For the audio listeners, he's rubbing his butt.
People have said that that's where it is. Center of my forehead. That was a hard day. Are you currently being attacked by Ron?
Yeah, it's just like biting my hand. Yeah.
Because he knew you attacked me, and he's not very happy about it.
John.
Yep.
So you had a gig last night. How did it go?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was in Stourbridge sort of way. At Steam Yard Village. It was really cool. Yeah. Decent amount of people there. It was I was doing an open spot on like a pro night, so they usually have better crowds. Nice. I think it went quite well. Sorry, the cat is dominating the screen. And on Monday I did Beat the Frog in Manchester. Frog and Bucket.
Very nice.
So that's really cool. So it's like, for people that don't know about comedy, it's like a they call it like a gong show. So you have to try and last 5 minutes without. Sounds, that's what she said.
I was trying to hold back the laughter at that point, but Luke just went straight in.
I didn't know you were going to say that.
Yeah. So 3 people get like cards.
Oh, cards. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I can't say it without it sounding like an innuendo. And if 2 of those people hold up a card, you basically lose and you get off stage. So you have to try and keep them laughing for 5 minutes, basically.
Were 3 people in the audience?
Yeah, 3 random people get given it at the start of the night.
I didn't know that.
There's an audience of about 200 there because it was sold out. So that was brilliant. But
how do they choose the people who get the cards, or just give them on as they come in?
The MC sort of asks who wants a card and why. They have to try and sort of give a reason. There was a guy called... One of the guys who had the card was called Jackery, and I remember that just because it's a very unusual name. But yeah, made it through this time. It's the second time I've tried it. Didn't get through the first time, but yeah.
You were unfortunate. The first time you did it, you were really unfortunate with how it all played out.
Felt like I was a little bit robbed, but you know.
That's comedy.
Do you want to explain that to the viewers?
Well, so between each act, an MC goes on stage, or a compere, whatever you want to call them, and they have a little chat. So last time I was on it in December, the audience were being a bit too kind for the MC's liking. So a few acts were getting through that maybe he didn't think should have got through. And just before I went on, he told them to be much harsher. They weren't being harsh enough.
It's just what you want as you're about to do your set, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be mean, be horrible. Don't be afraid to make a comedian cry on stage and kick him off after a minute. Drive all the way to Manchester on a random Monday night just to be thrown off stage.
That's it. So I had low expectations this time, but I think it actually sort of helped because I wasn't expecting to get through. So I wasn't really nervous, which was nice. Yeah, got some good footage. It's like professionally recorded and stuff. So
yeah, I thought the clip you sent me was really good actually.
Yeah,
very impressive.
Mm-hmm. So it's been a good week.
The acts come on a lot.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Is there anywhere anyone can see you next, or is that the last in a run for a while?
It's the last one for a bit. Yeah, I haven't got a lot in the next few weeks, but I've got like competition thing coming up again in April. So I'll have to do a few gigs before that to get, match ready, match fitness.
Nice.
Can get your sharpness up.
Exactly. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Well done, man. Well done.
Thank you.
I had,
much?
Yeah. I had a toilet incident again.
Oh, God.
It didn't go well. Well, I think the toilet seats got progressively worse. And I went to sit down and it just slid straight, the toilet seat slid straight to the one side. No, I just ended up weeing all over my own trousers and pants.
Do you just immediately start weeing as soon as you sit down? Do you not like?
Yeah, it's the shock
first. You just immediately just pissing as you sit down. I've never known anyone have so much trouble going to the toilet.
No, you don't understand. The toilet seat's wobbly. No.
In this 5-week period, Lucas had more toilet-related incidents than I reckon the whole of the UK have had.
It's all with the new toilet seat. I think after this, I'm going to go and get another one.
Is it on like a slant as well?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It won't sit properly. And then I think the couple of nights ago, the toilet seat slid as I sat down, and the shock of that, I started weeing, and then it just went all over me, over my trousers. It's quite a shock.
Just start.
So you're still on the toilet, but you're sort of to the side of it.
Yeah, I'm still on the toilet.
You literally slide off it and
no, I didn't slide off the toilet.
No.
I mean, it's coming really wobbly now, so I might slide off soon.
I think we just need to slow things down as you approach the toilet. Just take a deep breath. Tell yourself it's going to be fine.
That's the thing. You never know. You never know what the toilet seat's going to do.
Handrails installed so you can hold on.
Yeah, definitely.
The toilet seat slips either side of the toilet, whichever side it wants to.
I've got a from when we bought this house in the shed in the garden. We've got like a little help yourself up toilet.
I might need that so I can hover.
So I can supply you with that. I think it might actually be at your dad's. I think your dad intended to cut it up to make a handrail for someone at some point.
Oh wow!
Oh, Dad loves taking old junk from people.
Honestly, he one afternoon I was in the office in Birmingham, and Laura was at home, and your dad, like, she just heard some like random noise outside, and on the outskirts of our house we had some like metal bars installed so that, well, we didn't, but the person who lived here before did. And your dad had come to try and take those off the wall, so had like an angle grinder going and everything. And like, look, hadn't texted me to say he was coming round or anything. Just turned up, and Laura was like, "What the hell is this person doing to our house?" So someone was trying to break in, and then it just happened to be your dad.
Did you mention it to him like the day before or something? And then
we'd played. Me and you had played in that charity football match. After that, he was just like, "Oh yeah, I can come and give you a hand at some point," and just thought nothing of it. And then the day after, he just started just turned up and had a go at it. And then I just got a text message like on the train home at like 4:00, like, Scott tried to pop around earlier and take away the bars, but couldn't get the angle right without damaging the brickwork on the house. And I was like, oh God, okay. I don't fully understand what's happened. It was just your dad.
Imagine Laura just terrified here.
Oh, she was, yeah. Like the dog,
like a chainsaw, probably. Like,
yeah, the dog was going mental. The dog was going mental. Like the cat was terrified upstairs, and your dad was just outside. Probably didn't have the hockey mask on. Like,
oh, that's really funny. Okay. Okay, let's move on. That's really funny. Oh, what a way to start the work. Just angle grinder. The heaviest of the tools. Oh, great. All right, next segment. Okay, so who wants to go with the story? I've got some little tidbits.
Either of you two, I think. Scott said you've got one as well, haven't you?
I've got one. Yeah. It actually comes from my teaching days, and I feel like it comes in quite well talking about like the charity football match and things like that.
Okay, I'll do tidbits next time then. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do holiday tidbits, so you save that for next time.
Cool.
Look forward to it.
I look forward to it. Yeah. So back in the days of being a teacher, it's my first teaching job, and I'd been given a GCSE group. Actually, would it have been my second year? It's either my first or second year. Anyway, I had this GCSE group, so like year 10, like 14, 15, 16-year-olds sort of thing, year 10, 11. And quite a difficult group because it was out of a class of 27, it was 25 lads.
Why do you have so many just guys?
It was just the way the timetable worked. So that year, I think it was like the PE lessons went prior to it got put on the timetable first because we had a shortage of PE teachers or something. So to make sure that like GCSE and A-level PE were kind of met. It's just the way it worked.
A shortage of PE teachers.
I know, bizarre.
I feel like the IT teacher's a PE teacher, the maths teacher's a PE. Everyone's a PE teacher.
That was our school. That's not every school in the country.
No, fair enough.
But yeah, the way it worked, I think essentially a lot of our PE teachers did actually teach like different lessons and stuff like that. So there was a bit of a shortage in their availability. So theirs went onto the timetable first. So yeah, just the way it worked was just I ended up with this group of 27 students, 25 of which were lads, and they were football mad, like absolutely crazy football mad. I used to teach them on a Friday afternoon after they'd just had PE, last lesson of the day.
Oh, that's nasty time to do teaching.
Awful time.
Oh, so abandon it.
It's not, to be fair, they were really good. They were really nice lads, but they just go wild. But they started, so the way the school worked was that every year group had like a different section of the school to have like break time or play football in or whatever. And the lads had the AstroTurf. And it must have been when they were in year 10 and not year 11. So when they were in year 10, year 11 left and they were allowed the whole of the AstroTurf to themselves. And they, throughout the year, kind of got to know them, kind of spoke to them. They're like, "Sir, do you play football?" Like, I used to, I dabble with my mates on a Thursday night, but we're not very good.
Did you say you played for like Derby County?
No. I don't. I was very humble. Very humble. I'm not very good. We just we play on a Thursday night. It's just like a really friendly kick around my mates. Don't do anything competitive or anything like that. And they were like, "Oh, I bet you're decent, sir. I bet you're all right." I was like, "No, honestly, lads, I'm terrible. Like, not going to happen." But it turned out that throughout the year, obviously, when you first start a school and you're in like your kind of like first year in a school as I think it's called an ECT now, so like early career teacher or something like that. They're often quite nice. Like the schools, they kind of get you into it nice and easily. So I didn't have like a lunchtime duty to start the year or anything, but they kind of like build you up to what a full teacher is kind of on. So eventually I got a lunchtime duty and it just happened to be on the AstroTurf with the lads. And they used to play like a whole A half versus B half football match every week or every lunchtime. And it just used to go crazy. Like we're talking like full penalty shootout at the end of lunch and everything. Like it was insane, like massive
Champions League style final.
Oh, like big time. But it was like, I swear it was like 35 v 35 on this AstroTurf. Like it was just crazy. Like there were some days where like some of the lads used to come in and just be like, "I didn't even touch the ball this lunchtime," sort of thing. But yeah, one afternoon, nice sunny day in the summer, great, like really hot. That's all I remember of it. I was out there in shirt, tie, and these,
no trousers.
No trousers, obviously, because that wouldn't put you on a register anywhere. No, obviously I was fully clothed, but had these horrible slippery shoes on, like brown shoes, like pointed toes. I don't even know what you call them, but essentially they weren't the best. They weren't the most humble of shoes. They're quite slippery. I'd been over a couple of times whilst wearing them, and the ball came out to me, and I thought, this is my moment. This is where I stick one top bin, and the whole school goes at, like the year 10 lads go absolutely wild. I do like lap of the Astro, like hand up in the air sort of thing. It's going to be the greatest goal of all time. Ball came out to me. I feel like I'm going to smoke it, just rolling to me at that perfect pace. I hit it. It goes flying over the bar, over the fence, and I fall flat on my arse because I can't stand up in these shoes. Like just an arse full of like AstroTurf sand. And the whole year group, as you can imagine, like absolute, like face bright red, like just wanted the world, the floor just to swallow me up, like take me away. And I came back up to my classroom like in embarrassment. Just like it was Friday afternoon, I was like, oh God, all the lads are going to come in, like they're just going to be terrible. I think it was the best lesson I ever taught, because all the lads, I think they just felt like so sorry for me. And the one lad, as we were leaving, was just like, to
get respect.
Oh yeah, like fully expected just the whole lesson to just be like an absolute write off. And it was just a really, really well, like the lads were brilliant. And then as they were leaving, they were like, just so you know, guys, just so you know, Mr. Burrows, that was terrible. What you did earlier on that Astro was absolutely terrible. That was the worst thing we've ever seen on a football pitch. And I was so embarrassed. I wanted the world just to swallow me whole. It was an awful, awful moment. One that I did, like, honestly, if I'd smoked it, top bin and fallen over, at least I would have had that. But the fact that it went over the crossbar, over the fence, even now, it haunts me even now.
You should have, when they asked if you've ever played, you should have told them about your days at Bristol Rovers.
For the listeners,
you need to tell Luke about this because I don't think he's heard this before.
So, you know how like John and everyone always makes up these ridiculous stories about me, like doesn't matter when it is. Well, essentially,
true.
Essentially, I mean, I am that talented, but essentially, John and one of our other friends at the time created I can't remember. It was it like a football transfer website or something?
Yeah,
created like this fake thing that I was swapping the cricket club I was playing at the time, Bromsgrove. I was swapping the cricket club for Bristol Rovers, a deal worth like $500,000. It was like £500,000. And then the Bristol Rovers, like actual, I can't remember if it was their fan club on Twitter or the actual account, retweeted it and was just like, I was just like, who has retweeted that? Who in their right mind has retweeted that? Absolutely ridiculous, but how it happened. I wonder if you can still find it online.
You ended up on their actual website as well under like transfer rumours.
Absolutely ridiculous.
From a cricket club to a football club.
Cricket, yeah, $500,000 transfer.
Absolutely horrendous.
I posted a picture of those shoes for the fans to answer Discord.
Yeah, those are definitely them. The high heel shoes. Yeah,
that's why they were so hard to walk in. But that's what, on a Friday afternoon, that's what he wanted the students to see.
That is so bizarre. No, it is not.
Anyway, yeah, we'll put the link to the Discord in the description, so you can all join. Thank you for sharing, Scott. That was lovely. We'll see you. I guess you won't be on the pod much now. You're moving to Bristol.
No, I think once I start getting some game time and start putting some performances in, bagging those goals, hitting those top bins in Rose Ed, and surely not. I mean, can't be much worse than their current players, really. Surely, I have no idea.
Apologies to everyone at Bristol Rovers if you're offended by that comment there. I actually think you're a very good team.
Yeah, we don't hold. We don't represent. At all.
we don't represent Scott's belief on how good Bristol Rovers are. Apart from Burnley. Fuck Burnley.
Right, let's read a story. Okay, so this story comes in from our previous pod writer-inner, Neve, our lovely cousin from down under. So we loved your story last time.
Pod
writer in it.
Pod writer in it.
That's the correct term.
That is the correct term.
That sounds right.
And we're switching up this week with myself, Mr. Luke, reading out.
Mr. Luke, why?
I think we could say that's what you call me, isn't it, Mr. Luke?
I think we should. I think I should go back to reading. So.
Okay, let me try again. Okay, so we'll go for it. So, thank you, Neve. Let's have a little look at this. It says, my mum used to make protein balls for us to have as snacks for school. That's already starting off well. I really like that's really heartwarming. Around Christmas time, she always used to make rum balls with large amounts of spiced rum. Oh dear.
Can already see where this is going.
Never heard of a rum ball as well.
No.
That's unusual.
I'm gonna Google on the side and see if I can find out what a rum ball is.
My younger sister took what she thought were protein balls to school and shared them amongst her friends, only to find out after eating them that she took rum balls to school and shared them in the playground. The teachers were quite suspicious of the smell of the students after break time.
I would like to point out I've just Googled what a rum ball is. They do contain quite a bit of rum, actually.
I'd like to know how old Neve was at this point. Yeah. That would be great. They're all stinking of rum coming into the classroom. You'd be so concerned. Oh, wow.
Can imagine it's worse from if she was secondary school at this point, because I feel like if it's primary school, it's you kind of feel like you're fairly safe there that not many kids are going to be actually drinking. But if it was secondary school, you'd probably be like, has someone snuck a bottle of rum into school and they've all been drinking it?
Oh, that's bad. Yeah. I don't know why there's everything. We'll have to speak to our cousin about why she's making so many things just in ball form.
Yeah, why is it?
just only balls
as well.
That's
chicken
the best.
Balls.
Enjoy your Christmas dinner ball today, guys.
Balls, yeah, Christmas dinner ball. Just
that's already a ball. Come on,
just get through the gravy gelatin layer. To get to your stuffing on the inside.
They actually told us to stop drinking so much alcohol, so we had to compromise and eat it. That was the only way to take it down.
I like she's taking the time to make these rum balls and protein balls.
Honestly, I've heard of protein ball. I've never heard of rum balls. Obviously,
never heard of a rum ball.
The best way I can describe it to you is almost like, do you know, you get I'm going to call them like truffles, like chocolate truffles. I'm
having a look now as well. Yeah.
So like dusted in ice and sugar afterwards.
That looks almost identical to what I imagine a protein ball would look like.
Yeah, they do look the same. I can understand why they got confused.
I could definitely see that. For listeners, they are essentially just a chocolate flavored truffle with copious amounts of rum in. So yeah, imagine with that.
If you do want to look it up, just type in Royal Rumble, and you'll find out what we're looking at.
Or just type in Rumble recipe. Is probably a better way of doing it.
I was eating Rumbles while watching Royal Rumble.
It actually still comes up if you type in Royal Rumble correctly. So,
great.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Neve. Oh, and I'll tell you what, we'll just read this little tidbit. She sent me another little story here. At my primary school, there was once a lockdown because there was a stray goat in the school butting the children. There we go.
I mean, that's got to be one of the most Australian stories of all time.
I know, just a goat got into the school.
Maybe if it had been a kangaroo, I think that would have tipped it over the edge, wouldn't it? If it had been,
or some, spider.
Yeah.
Some poisonous spider. Oh. We had dogs come onto the school site fairly often.
Yeah.
When I was teaching, that was always a common thing. And yeah, depending on who was outside, like PE, what time of year and stuff like that would depend on how it was dealt with. We once had
was it like rabid dogs, like wild dogs?
No, obviously they were just like dogs that had escaped. We had by the first school that I taught at, we had like a farm just over the back of it, and that had like a few breaks in the fences along it, and a couple of times like dogs came onto the school site, but then also
I thought you were going to say they came on to you.
That's it. That was usually after the kids had left.
What?
Please cut that.
It's not getting cut. Nothing gets cut.
I mean, kids use that once. We had a sports day once where we were out on the field, and then suddenly we just noticed there were lots of like wasps, like loads of wasps around. And there was a rounders. One of the things they used to do was like a rounders match for year 7 and 8 because they, my school very much pushed on like everyone had to have a part to play in rounders, or everyone had to have a part to play in sports day. So there was like a little rounders tournament that went on for the kids who weren't in like their own like sports teams, like running or relay or whatever. And that used to go on, but they didn't do it like as a whole school sports day. It was like just year by year by year. And I think it was like the year 8 one, and like whoever was teaching year 8 obviously had to come out to the field with them. So I had a double period of year 8, went out to the field with them, was like, oh my God, there's so many wasps here. And then suddenly we noticed that one of the kids had hit a rounders ball into like this bush and had disturbed this wasp's nest. And they just started swarming the field. So like all the kids ran inside, and like we're all. I mean, I hate wasps. I have like a proper phobia of wasps.
Did you lock the kids outside?
I genuinely, I think I must have pushed like 3 or 4 kids out of the way. Like in my school, John will know this. There was the field, but then there was just like a really long walkway between like the AstroTurf and like what they called the multi-use games area, the Mooga. And it was just a probably get 3 people walking side by side in it. It used to get really like congested in the summer, and I sprinted down there like faster than you've ever seen. Like kids must have gone flying because I was not sticking around for that. I hate wasps. Not dealing with it.
Beautiful.
Do you remember when in primary school we had like bring your pets into school?
Yeah.
And because we had one lad in our year, he lived on a farm. He brought an alpaca in, which was awesome.
What? Oh, Chris! Yeah,
yeah.
His dad walked it. So his dad, like, they lived on the hills by the school.
Yeah,
and they walked it across
I feel like
the
this
hill.
is real at all. This can't be real.
The school field. Yeah, they did. Like genuinely, there were 2 alpacas, weren't there, John? Mm-hmm. And they walked them in. There was like one like a dark brown and one like creamy white sort of color. They were really cute though, but they were also really like. He was like, yeah, they can be quite grumpy. I remember being quite terrified of them.
Yeah,
I remember in the classroom.
It was just on the field.
Oh, okay,
there was
in the classroom.
One person who trained racing pigeons did bring his pigeon into the classroom.
He did,
And I don't know if he let it go or not, but I remember it shitting all over the floor.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And for the next however many years of schooling, he was just named Pigeon Boy.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for him.
But that happened in primary school, and we got to secondary school, and everyone who had never even witnessed that event still called him Pigeon Boy.
Yeah.
It's not a bad nickname, Pigeon.
I remember bringing my rabbits in on the same day that England lost 2-1 to Brazil in the World Cup.
2002?
2002, yeah, must have been.
Why'd you bring them in? To sacrifice them?
Yes. No, it was just like show and tell. So it was just an afternoon where each student got just in the afternoon. I remember doing maths with the rabbits running around our feet because the teacher was like, do you want to let them out the cage? And I was like, sure. And we just like locked the door and let them run around. And they just had a great time exploring.
Nice.
Rusks and what's it?
I think we might have to cut some of this. I think we're just talking about stuff.
I think it's fine. Like, it's fine, but that's what a podcast is. Like, we're going to go on.
No, that's true.
We're going to go
I'm very tired today as well. There's a bit of tired time. Right. We'll round it off. I need something to say. What do we usually say at the end? Just say that's the end.
We kind of just go with
the email address.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, thank you for listening this week. Please do send us your silly little stories to tuckyourshirtinpod@gmail.com. And don't forget, if you want the juicy goss from the playground, please get on our Discord. We'll share the link in our description, and you'll see some lovely images and videos, and you can chat with us and other Chuck Your Shirt Inners. So we'll see you next week. Thank you, John. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why that outro was done with complete random enunciation throughout it.
It was just creepy. That is the only word to describe it.
Just to keep you on your toes and the listeners, just to bring the ear candy back in at the end. Okay.